5 years ago, no one would believe that these African children will speak Chinese. This is, however, the case in this Lagos public school located at Bolade, Oshodi, Lagos, thanks to the Confucius Institute accommodated in this building at the University of Lagos.
The Confucius Institute has been around for 10 years. The first Confucius Institute was established in 2004. Now it's 2014. So this year is marking the 10th anniversary of Confucius Institute. In Nigeria, it's about 5 years that CI has been around.
The Chinese embassy in Abuja invited the Vice Chancellor then of the University of Lagos, Professor Bidapo Bey, on a trip to China, and during that trip, he signed an agreement with the Confucius Institute for the establishment of the Confucius Institute at the University of Lagos. This was in 2006.
These are the members of board of CI Unilag from 2008 to 2013.
The pioneer director from the Chinese end, from the end of our partner university, that's the Beijing Institute of Technology, was Professor Li Shuping. Now, he didn't stay for very long. After that, we then had Professor Yu Yubin, and then after that, we had Professor Jiang Lirong, who has brought in a lot into the development of the Confucius Institute. She's put in so much work. Now, what we've done is to grow the number of students both at the university level and also at the primary level and the secondary level around Lagos. And then there was also a spread out to Afewalola University where they had a couple of teachers. I was also teaching basic Mandarin as part of the Confucius Institute at the University of Lagos.
The Confucius Institute has its own global objectives, and basically is to bring an awareness of the Chinese culture, and language being a vital aspect of culture. We now find language and culture so that people come to know about China, what China stands for, and also reduce the communication gap between the Chinese and other peoples of the world.
To help achieve this objective, CI Unilag has a well-equipped library, multimedia classrooms, and a dedicated workforce that will gladly do personal coaching to drive home learning.
In this library, CI Library, we have books on Chinese culture, Chinese language, and the likes. So students come here and they get information that they need on Chinese language. The books are up to standard, so they meet anything they want based on Chinese language. And some of the books are interpreted in English language, so even foreigners can read through.
I'm learning Chinese now for the past 2 years now, and it has been a wonderful experience. To friends, they're like, why do you want to study Chinese language? It's very difficult. You can't see the way they write strokes. How do you want to learn that strokes? But now I could show to them that it's not a waste of time. I could interact with Chinese. I could go to China on my own without an interpreter, which I could read the characters which people think is a language from heaven. You know, it's a wonderful experience on its own.
Now I can speak little Chinese or Shohanyu, and I did level 1, I scored 193. I'm still preparing for level 2 now, maybe in 2 weeks' time. And I've mastered a level about 600 Chinese characters. So now I can read Chinese character. I think with interest, if you have interest, Chinese language is not as difficult as people think.
That means I love you. CI is the best institution that teaches Chinese language here in Nigeria.
Beyond the university walls, students also learn Chinese in government primary schools and private schools. With help from these Chinese and local teachers, there has been 3,982 registered students at the primary school level, 1,238 at the secondary school level, and 5,220 at the university.
Since we are a school that started with giving our children language advantage, started with French, it will be interesting to add China or Chinese language so that our children will have even a stronger competitive edge as they grow. There's no job they're going to do that won't take them to China or that won't bring them in contact with products from China.
CI training is a wholesome experience for both students and teachers. The students go through these Chinese courses: college Chinese, youth Chinese, business Chinese, Chinese communication skills, professional Chinese, and the HSK classes. These are pictures of some HSK participants. Well-known local enterprises are also trained in Chinese business communication to enhance global business trade with China. Some of the students are also awarded scholarship to encourage commitment. The teachers are not left out, as they receive numerous awards for commitment and excellence. Confucius Institute activities have been so successful that the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Princess Sarah Ashoson, visited BIT and was received by Professor Zhao Shanlo, the Vice President of BIT, consequent to which Lagos State has now signed a government document to approve the teaching of Chinese courses in primary and secondary schools across the state.
It's a two-track program. One is the linguistic track, that is language learning, language teaching and learning. And the other is the cultural track. So the cultural track, we have quite a number of activities. When we look at what are the major cultural events in China, beginning, for example, with Chinese New Year, which does not coincide with the Western New Year. What does it stand for? How is it celebrated? Then we talk of other festivals in China. We get people to also see all of those in Nigeria.
By doing this, Nigerian people or Nigerian students felt very interested in Chinese culture. They like Chinese song, Chinese dance, and for most of the Chinese culture.
The Confucius Institute started organizing cultural events from 2012. These include the Spring Festival, Chinese Bridge, and other events like the Dragon Boat Festival, Culture Month, Mid-Autumn Day, and Chinese Corner. Many a times, students and their instructors participate together. These are just a few of the activities.
It's not a unidirectional relationship. It's a bi-directional relationship. We learn a lot from them. They also learn from us.
I also learned a Nigerian song in Yoruba.
Ding dang ting li tang the John Sheng, 我们在想的眼睛有面层渐渐，也得男女生的只要结为夫妻，不要忘了这一切是多么的新鲜。你愿意相识孤人又能和他在一起，还是他这样他捍卫他保护他，两人同心建立前面满的家庭，你愿意这样做吗 ？Yes, I do。大家好，我叫孔毅，我现在会唱很多中文歌。如果没有孔子学院，我就没有机会了解中国美食、舞蹈、武术以及其他的中国文化。
I could remember the first time I used chopsticks. It took me hours. In fact, I couldn't finish that meal until they gave me a spoon. But now I can use the chopsticks effectively.
你好，我叫维多利亚，我是拉各西大学孔子学院的当地老师。我教汉语3年了，我对汉语教学感兴趣。欢迎你们来拉各斯大学孔子学院来学习汉语。再见。
Now we have about 30 Chinese teaching venues across Lagos. For most of them, they are the primary and secondary school students, and some of them are the university students. Now, the students have increased to about more than 5,000. Yes, who have registered with Chinese instruction. And now with the sharp contrast with 25 students when I was here, when I first came here. So that is the very big progress. That you can say that's a leap and a bound.
The activities of the Confucius Institute are widely reported online by numerous blogs and websites. The Institute in Lagos also broadcasts educational content regularly on Unilag FM 103.1 to an estimated 1.5 million audience in the Lagos metropole. Exchange programs are also organized for students who desire a course in China. With these undeniable results achieved in Nigeria, many more cultures will be connected all over the world by the Confucius Institute initiative. Kudos Nigeria, kudos China.
你好，
你好，
我叫大地金凯，
米兰，
上课王丽，
我陈胜，苏轩，
我学汉语
1年了
，1年6个月了。我喜欢
汉语，
喜欢中国文化。
再见。
再见。